You've been fed a lie that you were first told a long, long time ago. It began with a teacher who had a job to do, who was told to do it a certain way. An innocent, seemingly positive message, yet one which has had a lasting negative impact on you. You ready for this? Welcome to the No Hustle, the place to help you escape the hustle. I am Turndog, your guide and companion. And in today's video, we're looking at that old saying of if in doubt, work a little harder. It's been told to you your entire life by teachers, parents, society as a whole. If you study just a little bit harder, you'll get the grade. You'll get the qualification, the job, you'll climb that ladder. And then one day it will seem to make sense and it will all be worth it. And all you have to do is work harder, study harder, just grind those gears a little longer. Yet it's a toxic approach to life that has had a huge impact on yours. All it does is thrust you into the hustle, and hustle culture today is more rampant than ever before. We live in a fast-paced world that is unrelenting, and it's only getting faster. The hustle's all around you. It ain't going anywhere. But you can take certain steps to step outside of it and remain on the outside looking in. And in today's video, we're going to look at 6 impacts the hustle is having on you, many of which you probably aren't even aware of. I'm also going to share 2 simple things you can do today to step outside of it and to stay on the outside. But before we get into all that, make sure you leave a comment below to the aspect that speaks to you the most. And remember to subscribe to the No Hustle channel. And if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's dive in. The first damning indictment of hustle culture is the toxic impact it has on your self-esteem. This has always been the case. The saying, keeping up with the Joneses, comes into mind. But the Joneses used to just be the neighbours and the people you worked with in the office. That's not the case anymore. The Joneses are online. They are celebrities that appear in your newsfeed throughout the day. You are getting little glimpses into hundreds, maybe even thousands of other lives each and every day. And it is having a negative impact on your self-esteem. You feel unworthy, inadequate, because the only head you ever live inside of is your own. Intellectually, you know other people are human and fragile and imperfect, but you don't experience it. You don't know it. All you know is what's going on in your head. So you're well aware of your insecurities, your worries, your fears, your inadequacies, the fact you don't have it all figured out. So you see those people who are healthier than you, more successful than you, happier than you, and you're comparing yourself to them. Hustle culture and comparison culture go hand in hand like some narcissistic relationship put on this earth to belittle you every single day. And again, it's always been there, but we're more connected these days. So the hustle culture that is all around you is quite literally all around you. Every time you pick up a phone or switch on your laptop, every time you go on to social media, you are consciously or subconsciously comparing you to all of them. And you're only seeing an edited version of them. You're not seeing the real them. The second big thing to mention here is focus and attention. Your focus and attention. And hustle culture, wow, it has severely impacted yours. We are addicted to more. And again, I think as a human species, we've always been somewhat addicted to the idea of more knowledge, more power, more this and more that. But again, it's been exasperated in today's fast-paced, chaotic and carnage-filled world. You just want more content. But you'd only have so much time. So if you're wanting more content, more stimulus, more spikes of adrenaline and dopamine, then what comes your way needs to be in smaller doses. Hence why platforms like TikTok and YouTube stories and Instagram and the like are just producing shorter and shorter videos because you're wanting, indeed you are addicted to more content. You want more content. You need more content. And it ain't just content. You want more of everything. And a big reason for it is because of the hustle. The hustle fills you with this idea of more. Have more money, have more power, have more followers, have more this. It's quantity at the expense of quality. And after a while, the debt you rack up is pretty severe. And at some point, you're going to have to pay back that debt. And it comes in the form of burnout and exhaustion and other things that we're going to get to soon. All I can say right now is your focus and attention isn't what it used to be. And a big reason for it is the hustle. This next one is a big one. A lack of real vision. And the key word here is real. Most of us, most of the time, are pursuing a version of success that isn't ours. It was placed upon us by friends, family, teachers, society as a whole, the media, and whatever else you've been nurtured by over the years. You've been pursuing that version of success under the assumption and indeed the promise that once you reach it, you'll feel happy and fulfilled. And the hustle distracts you from this. The more you are stuck in the hustle, comparing yourself to others and keeping yourself busy with all these various tasks and to-dos, the less you're actually thinking about what success means to you. And that's a problem. Because if you aren't pursuing something that means something to you, then how do you know when you reach it? And even if you do reach that level of success, an amount of money or a size of business, for instance, you'll get there and you'll just feel unfulfilled, moving straight on to the next goal. The hustle doesn't want you to slow down, dive deep, and question what it is that you really want. It just wants to keep you occupied and busy and grinding those gears, procrastinating each day, moving through it at a fast pace, the days bleeding into weeks, bleeding into months, and before you know it, you're just tired. And you're wondering, what am I doing all this for? Is it worth it? The answer, in most cases, is no. And the reason is, you didn't take the time to decide and define what success means to you, what vision you're envisioning. All of this leads to self-sabotage. Your health, your relationships, your work, any success that you may have built, that you've reached, those goals you've achieved, but have still left you feeling unfulfilled and apathetic toward it all. You start to realize this isn't what I want, but it's difficult to admit that, especially when you're so caught up in the hustle and grind and just speeding through one day or another. But there's a little inner voice between those ears trying to get you to listen. And often, when it doesn't get to have its voice heard, it leads to sabotage, you sabotaging. Maybe your health, maybe your relationships with those you love. Maybe your work and your success, breaking and burning down businesses just so you can feel the rush of having to build it up again. Constantly sabotaging what's in front of you, the things that actually do bring worth, because something inside you is saying, you ain't happy. This isn't what you want. But because you're stuck in the hustle, you don't hear it. You don't become aware of it. But again, that debt needs to be repaid, whether it's today, tomorrow, or 10 years from now. The bigger the debt you rack up, the bigger the payoff will be. The fifth point here is energy levels and the impact all this has on your mind, your body, and your spirit. The longer you spend inside the hustle, the more it eats away at you. If we just focus on sleep for a second, most people, most of us, struggle to drift off at night and have a peaceful night of rest. There's so many worries and questions and ideas swirling around inside our head, it's difficult to just drift off. Because we're addicted to more content, more stimulus, more of this, more of that, it's very difficult to just slow it down and truly charge up your batteries. We struggle to disconnect so we can reconnect to ourselves. And as the days become weeks, become months, become years, we just lose sight of filling our own cup. The impact it has on our sleep is huge, which in and of itself has a massive impact on your energy levels. So you turn to caffeine and other substances to keep you going. You know you're tired and exhausted, so what do? Because what have you been told? Just work harder. These things are all linked. So you're in this fragile state, already exhausted, and what do? You commit to saying yes to something new. You commit to more because you've been told if you just work a little harder, you'll get what you want. But it does catch up to you. All this brings us to a final point, relationships. For starters, because we're so addicted to quantity over quality, well, we start to value having more friends, colleagues, connections over going a mile deep with the people who really matter. That in and of itself is a problem, because how can you possibly keep up with hundreds and maybe even thousands of friends and connections? You can't. And the ones that do actually matter to you, family, those friends from way back in the past, just those who you truly love, you start to feel guilty when you go time without checking in with them. You start to feel like you have to tick boxes and you're constantly worried about sending that email, or sending that text, or making that phone call, or just going out and reaching out to them for a drink because it's been a few weeks or a few months. Relationships become this guilty nightmare. And that's just the friends. We haven't even touched upon your partners, your family members, your siblings, your parents, and so on. You start to feel guilty. And again, what do you do when you start to feel guilty? You want to numb the pain. You want to distract yourself. So you reach out to various other external forces, substances, stimuli. You end up going deeper into the hustle at the exact time you need to step out. So these are just 6 of the big, toxic, massive impacts hustle culture is having on your life right now. Self-esteem, your focus and attention, a lack of real vision and success, self-sabotage, energy levels, relationships. The hustle isn't going anywhere. It is around you, and it will continue to be around you. But that doesn't have to mean you stay stuck inside it, at its mercy, with no control. There are things you can do, and there are 2 I'd like to offer today. The first one's simple. Be easy on yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and just make some eye contact with you. 10, 20, 30 seconds, and just say, you are enough. I am enough. You're doing okay. Wherever you are in life, whatever it is that you have or have not done, you're exactly enough. You are good enough. You are worthy enough. It's important you remind yourself of that. The second step, which is a little harder, takes a little longer. It requires you to step back a bit, maybe go for a walk in nature or get out that journal, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe even an hour, and start to think about what success actually looks like to you. And if you don't like the word success, replace it with meaning or fulfillment. What is it to you? Not what you've been taught, not what you've been told, not what society has led you to believe. What does success mean to you? Just ask that question and see where the thoughts go. Once you begin to get clearer on success and what that means to you, it makes it easier to say no. And saying no is one of the biggest keys to escaping the hustle. So go to the mirror, give yourself a little self-love, and then hit the journal and start to wonder and ponder on this idea of success and what it means to you. Thank you for watching. If this video has spoken to you in any way, please leave a comment below, focusing on the aspect that has. Subscribe to this channel for more Escape the Hustle tips and tricks. And leave a thumbs up so others can watch it. Thanks again for watching. More importantly, thank you for being you.